I was setting up for my piano recital when the event coordinator grabbed my arm and told me I needed to leave immediately. She was already shaking with anger. "You can't be here," she said. "This space is reserved for actual performers." I stared at her, confused. My name was literally on the program. I'd been practicing for 6 months. "I am performing," I said. "I'm playing third, Rebecca Chen." She looked me up and down, lingering on my wheelchair. On the way, my hands rested at an angle. "I don't think so," she said. "Someone's playing a prank on you. You should go home before you embarrass yourself." My stomach dropped. "I have cerebral palsy," I said slowly. "It affects my legs, not my hands. I've been playing piano since I was 7. She smiled, that fake kind smile. "Sweetie, I'm sure you're talented at other things, but this is a professional showcase. We have donors here." A woman tuning a violin nearby looked up. "Rebecca's incredible. I've heard her play." The coordinator's smile tightened. "I don't recall asking for your input, and I'm saying this event has a certain standard. We can't have participants who might make the audience uncomfortable." The room went quiet. "You're kicking me out because of how I look," I said. "I'm protecting the integrity of this event. You're welcome to audition next year when you're more prepared." The violinist set down her instrument. Rebecca was invited by David himself. "David isn't here. I'm in charge today." She gestured toward the door. "Come on, let's not make a scene." I couldn't move, not because of my disability but because I was frozen in disbelief. A man in a suit walked in, late 40s, silver hair, the kind of calm that comes from running things. "What's going on?" he asked. The coordinator's entire demeanor changed. "Oh, Mr. Harrison, just handling a small scheduling conflict." "Rebecca," he said, looking right at me. "Are you okay?" I shook my head. "What happened?" "Well, there's been a misunderstanding. This young woman thinks she's performing, but obviously." "Obviously?" His voice was quiet but sharp. "I'm simply maintaining the standards you built. We have sponsors watching. We need to present our best." "She is our best," he said. "I invited her personally. I drove to her university 3 months ago to hear her play Rachmaninoff. Do you know why?" The coordinator's smile froze. "Because my son David called me. He runs our accessibility program. He told me about a pianist who played better than anyone he'd heard in a decade." The woman's face started losing color. "Were you about to kick her out?" he asked. "I just thought, given the optics." "The optics of what? Say it." Silence. "Tell me what you thought the optics were." "I thought it might make people uncomfortable," she whispered. "You thought her disability might make donors uncomfortable, and you just humiliated a world-class musician because of it." He pulled out his phone, started typing, turned the screen toward her. "This is the email I sent you 4 months ago, where I mentioned Rebecca by name, where I told you she'd need wheelchair accommodations. You responded, looking forward to having her." The coordinator's hands were shaking. "You're fired," he said simply. Her jaw dropped. "You can't. I've worked here for 6 years, and you've learned nothing about what we stand for." He took her clipboard. "Security will escort you out." She looked at me, really looked, and I saw something break in her expression. "This isn't fair," she said. "You're right," he replied. "What you did to Rebecca wasn't fair. What happens to you is just consequences." Security appeared. She left without another word. Mr. Harrison knelt next to my wheelchair. "I'm so sorry. You don't have to perform if you don't want to." "I want to," I said quietly. When it was my turn, I rolled onto stage and 200 people went silent. I played Rachmaninoff's Prelude in C-sharp minor, every note I'd practiced, every moment of tension and release. When I finished, the silence lasted 3 seconds. Then the entire room stood up. Mr. Harrison was crying in the front row. The violinist was filming. People were clapping so hard their hands had to hurt. After the recital, 7 people handed me business cards. 3 from music schools, 1 from a recording studio, 1 from David, who'd been watching from the back the whole time. I kept the coordinator's clipboard. Mr. Harrison gave it to me as a joke. Sometimes when I doubt myself, I look at it and remember that talent doesn't fit in a box, and the people who try to build those boxes usually end up trapped inside them.